Welcome to another episode of the CAYA podcast, where we come as we are, and this is episode 5. Seemed like just yesterday we was at episode 1.
I know. I'm excited. I'm super excited.
We're going to keep going to the wheels fall off.
You better
y'all.
know it.
Welcome to the CAYA. So we have a very important special guest in the building, but before we introduce him, I want to let y'all know who I'm sitting along right beside, a beautiful co-host of mine, Narissa Watson, y'all.
What's up, y'all? Guess what? I'm back. Yeah, we're at episode 5. I'm super excited about this one, y'all. I'm geeked.
She be saying she back like she ain't gonna never come back or something.
I'm just letting them know that I'm back in the building.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Without further ado, y'all, like I said, we got a very important special guest in the building today. He got so much going on, y'all. I've been hearing so much about him, so it was only right that we brought him on to the CAYA.
Of course.
Without further ado, y'all, we want to introduce to y'all Mr. Caswell, a.k.a. Charlie Caswell. Welcome to the CAYA.
All right, sir. I appreciate y'all having me on today. Looking forward to a great show.
All right, now. Well, what you got for him today, baby?
Well, here at the CAYA, we got this tradition we do. You know what I'm saying? We try to have, like, the guest's favorite snack or something just something for them. So
yeah,
we got something for you, and we want to help Callan to bring it over to you.
All right.
Come on, Cal.
See what we doing for you at the CAYA over here.
See what we got.
All right. Got a favorite snack for me?
Well, we didn't get the snack, but we did the shirt.
We got something for him.
I like sweets now.
Don't worry. We got something for you at the end of the show.
You want to check it out? You can check it out right now.
We definitely want to make sure that you feel welcome, that you feel loved. And this is a place where you can come as you are, in all honesty. And we just want to make sure we highlight you and let you know that we see you, we hear you.
All right.
And you're doing a good work, brother.
Y'all got it wrapped up like a Christmas present.
Yeah, Charlie Caswell.
All right.
Check it out.
Charlie Caswell, okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to sport this today.
That's what I'm talking about.
Tell the Lord thank you.
That's what. Tell the Lord thank you, y'all.
So, we're going to, first of all, once again, we want to appreciate you for, coming through.
Yes, sir.
Schedule and stuff like that. So, we're going to jump straight into it. So I want to speak to him about the legends of Legacy.
Yes, sir.
So tell the people a little about the Legacy of Legends and what that stands for, and what all y'all bring to the table.
All right, Legacy of Legends CDC is a nonprofit that I founded back in 2018 from some of the work I've been doing in the community over the years that really focus on addressing and mitigating adverse childhood experience. Over the years and working in the community, especially in the inner city community, and coming from the inner city community myself, experiencing so much childhood trauma that this organization is helping us by first identifying those unaddressed issues that many children are facing in life, and then connecting them to mental health support if needed or other wraparound services.
Okay, that's so interesting. And since the pandemic, Mr. Caswell, a lot of people have made it known and been really paying attention to the mental health nowadays. So I want to say the pandemic actually, it did some bad and it did some good in a sense, because you have some people who just did not want to talk about their childhood traumas or the trauma that they're dealing with right now. So I really think that's absolutely amazing. Now, is that something that you only do in the Fraser area, or is it kind of spread around?
This is all around.
Okay.
We started a lot of my foundation work over the years, started in the Fraser community, but taking this evidence-based research, we've been able to get state legislation passed, and we have been traveling to other cities, D.C., Baltimore, actually doing training. So we have trained over 4,200 stakeholders around the country on understanding adverse childhood experience and how to mitigate trauma. I say it this way, sister, there was an epidemic before the pandemic. And so when we look at what children and families was dealing with because of poverty, violence, and other dysfunctions in homes, the pandemic, and having to stay in that without going to school or going nowhere where they couldn't even talk about it, it only increased that capacity on them. So,
yeah. For sure. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, by you doing all that traveling and things like that, man, you probably done lost count how many doors you done walked in and out, ain't you?
Yeah, I haven't been counting. I tell you, because the thing is, I know it's by God's assignment that I go where I go and do what I do, and I know that lives are being transformed because, again, I take what the devil meant for my bad and turn it around for the good. And so when I go there, I know that it's on an assignment. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And you know what? One thing that I know a lot of people would want to know, and you actually kind of hit the nail on the head. You're taking what the devil meant for your bad and God meant for your good. So, who is Charlie Caswell?
Yeah, Charlie Caswell is a father, husband, a entrepreneur, a person, I like to say, after God's own heart, somebody that know that the enemy had an assignment on my life from day one, being a child growing up, being molested as a child, being a young man that witnessed two of my friends at 14 and 15 years old murdered in front of me. So knowing that my life have a purpose, growing up in Dixon Home Projects in North Memphis, 17 brothers and sisters, big family.
Big family.
And got 6 kids now of my own, and we stopping, right? But I love family. I love, because I think it was embedded into me because of my father, who had a love for family. When he married my mother already had 7 kids.
Oh, wow.
And so you got to love family to take on 7 kids. So I think it's in my DNA. And so I am that person that does a lot in the community, understand the capacity of networking, and it have helped me do the work that I do.
That's good. Yeah. I love that. You got something?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can tell you love the community a lot, because for you to have the patience to teach, like, small kids to drive, you know what I'm saying, and things like that.
Yeah.
So talk to us about the driving school you got going on.
Well, let me say to that then. That's really my wife's vision.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I am just her co-laborer, but she's the instructor, she's the CEO, the founder, and the visionary behind that. And it was just birthed out of, we were struggling with one of our daughters on who going to teach her to drive, and my wife didn't have the patience, and, I really didn't have a lot of the time. And then, really in our community, she saw the need that, one, it wasn't affordable, and it was nothing in our community for the children to be able to learn how to drive. True. We've seen some of the data behind early teen death and murders, and so God had her to launch the vision of the Caswell Group Driving School, and it's off to a great start and success right now.
Yeah, that's an excellent idea, too.
Yeah. Looking forward to continue to grow, so go to our website.
Okay. And look, definitely, where is it located right now?
So it's located in the Fraser community. Again, that was strategic because, again, in the Fraser inner city community, these classes was not offered. Many parents had to go out east to Germantown or other communities to get it. And so bringing that right to the community, giving the families the ability to connect with something like this, that not only do we do the behind-the-wheel driving, she does DUI classes, Prime for Life, and also something else she just got. She does it all. It's in It's in the book. Go to the website. So
like you can remove DUIs or something like that.
So basically, when you go to court, you have to have certain points. So you got to show that you went to a class to be able to get your license back or get on some type of restriction on license. And so that class shows the judge that you're trying to correct their behavior, and that gives them the credit. It's a state accredited class that allows the judge to give them some leniency on that divorce, on that DUI charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So to our Memphians out there who watching the CAYA, and y'all are, how old do you have to be?
Oh, at least 15 years old.
At least 15.
Yeah.
Y'all want to get y'all driving going on. You want to learn how to drive. Hit up Charlie Caswell Driving Group.
It's Caswell Group Driving School.
Caswell Group Driving School. And what's the website for that?
Again, caswellgroup.info. And again, for those out there, we already know, we see all this drag racing going on in the streets and road rage that's happening. We know that these are some individuals who have not been trained on the laws of the road. Right. And so, again, this vision is so much bigger, right? Because this ain't just here in Memphis. If you traveled anywhere, a lot of people seem like they just got put behind the wheel. They learned on the tractor or something.
Right.
I think some of us veterans who've been having our license for years need to be retrained, too.
Right.
I agree.
Yeah.
They some of them, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I really agree with that. Listen, so, okay, you got the driving school. You have Legacy of Legends. And I want to say I've heard about a few more things that you do have going on, some big projects and things that you do have coming to the Fraser area. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, I say this, is that my vision was birthed out of a book that I wrote back in 2012-13, How to Become More Visible, Vocal, and Valuable to Your Community. And in that book, I talk about the 3 C's, how to communicate, connect, and collaborate with the 7 P's: parents, pastors, police, politicians, proprietors, partners, and principals in the community. And so we saw from this work that there was a need to unify around building capacity to break cycles of poverty in our community. And so one of the things that Legacy of Legends in doing our work around ACEs and trauma, we have seen things that how toxic stress adds to health outcomes later in life. So just 2 months ago, we started a health and wellness center. So we have a clinic in the community for free for children to come. We have a physician that come in and provide those services to the children, connecting them back to their primary care doctor, also allowing the parents and the child to see a mental health partner that's there, a behavior health social worker, and also a navigator that works with us, a legacy success coach that helps them go through the cycles. Again, that's been a struggle for many families because they have not been taught processes for life issues. And that have now led to a nice property donated to us in the Fraser community that we're about to build a 3-story plaza called the Legacy Plaza in that community. And so it's going to have a restaurant, a credit union, a business incubator, our headquarters for Legacy of Legends, and also we're in talks with a major health institution to have the clinic there as well as a fitness center. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But
I tell y'all, this man had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's good to know 7 P's.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and I think that it's so good because Fraser is known for this low income poverty area, and a lot of people don't want to be around, or a lot of people try to get out of Fraser, in all honesty. So,
but now actually they're trying to come back.
Look, that's what I'm saying. So now that we have all these good things going on, I grew up in Fraser, and for a long time I saw it come from, there were some good things, then there were some bad things, witnessing all the crime and seeing how the children are responding to everything that they're being raised around. So I think it is so amazing and so good that you're giving back to the community, and the community where people just kind of want to throw their hands and be like, yeah, we're not studying them. You know what I mean? So I really think the fact that there's a stigma on, if I could be honest, the black community. Mm-hmm. A lot of them think that we don't have any sense, or we're prone to poverty, or this is what we want. But in actuality, if you really sit down and get to know some of us and dig deeper, we want more. Yeah. And sometimes you just need the opportunity to have more. Yeah. You know what I mean? So when you think about the stigma, Mr. Caswell, what do you think about it? Like, what can you say? So I think it's many stigmas when you connect to what's happening in the black community. And one was, and the reason why we really got embedded with this work around trauma and ACEs was the stigma of mental health, and the fact that people didn't want to see a counseling because they thought something was wrong with them. But that's how institutions in government and policymakers made money off of individuals. So the work that we're doing from a community-based perspective, helping to get people to recognize it's not what's wrong, but what happened, and looking at those deep-rooted, unaddressed issues that have been happening, as you talked about, in that community. So we did not give up on this community when others was talking about all the bad things that were happening. Right. We are now seeing almost $150 million worth of development happening in Fraser. I'm talking with people from downtown to Milton that see Fraser as the next Germantown that's happening. And so, again, I'm glad I did not listen to the naysayers or the people that talked about the stigmas behind the community, but I became a solution to what they said was problems. And that's what I think that many people don't understand, is that when you hear there's a problem, it was in your ear to be the assignment to take care of it, not to run from it. And that's what Legacy of Legends is doing. We're putting our feet in the sand, and we are building something that we believe is going to be a foundation for generations to come. Oh my gosh, yeah. I think that's amazing.
And what could you say to somebody who don't know what a start is? Because I know you said you were molested when you were a child. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So someone who may be watching this, like, what could you tell them? Like, what's the first step to being able to start expressing how you feel, or what you had, or what you have built up on the inside of you? So let me say this, is that 3 things happen when you're traumatized. You freeze, you fight, you take flight.
And many people are still in a froze mode because they have not seen, they focus on the trauma and not the resilience, those good things, those strengths that came out of it. So many times people say something to me, Chuck, do you remember what happened after my team killed, or this person killed that person? And I didn't remember those things. But then it was good things. They were like, man, you did this in the community, you did that. And I never thought about the good because I was always stuck in what happened in the bad. So I would say get around people that pull the positive out and not just people that pull the negative out. And so many times because of trauma, I said it like this: hurt people. Traumatize people. And you got to get around people that's not stuck in hurting other people, but they're really trying to help people. That's that networking that's need to be done that for me have increased my net worth. And so because I started hanging around positive people, I got speaking engagements where, I say it like this: in this society, the rappers have made the negative stick because that's where they stay. We got to teach our young people how to take what the devil meant for their bad and give them a brand new day and show them how to build resilience out of it, how they can help somebody else, how they understand that what you went through is your assignment, is that God has allowed you because he knows the capacity and the strength that's on your life to overcome this thing. And so to get people to know that they are overcomers because there's more in them than what the enemy tried to steal from them. Yeah.
Wow, that's deep. That is deep.
I ain't come to preach, but I preach.
No, come on.
Tell the Lord thank you.
Tell the Lord thank you. I'm telling you, listen,
Amen.
it's come as you are.
Yeah.
And we want positive energy for this podcast. We want to get people out here that's in the community who's making something happen, making a difference, a change. And sometimes this might be the way to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people receive things differently through music, through song, through dance, through preaching, through teaching, in different aspects. So if this is the place where you can talk and speak and sing and whatever it is that you do best, we want you here. We need you here. So we're grateful. Continue to give us everything that God has given you. We want the energy. I'm telling you, it's absolutely amazing. So continue doing what you're doing, Mr. Caswell.
Yeah.
You're doing a good work. And I just want you to leave here encouraged as well. Sometimes the encourager needs to be encouraged as well. Mm-hmm. So I want you to know that we see you, we hear you, God got you. Don't you be afraid. I know you're not afraid because I see you standing, talking 10 toes down. Yeah. So I want to know that. I want you to know that you're doing an amazing, amazing job. And a lot of people are going to walk in your footsteps because you did not listen to what the enemy told you. Right. You decided to keep moving, keep going, and using what the enemy meant for your bad for your good. So I just want you to be encouraged, here at the CAYA. So you're doing good work.
I appreciate that. And I say too, a lot of people ask me where my confidence comes, where I'm talking to the governor, where I'm talking to the mayors and people like that. And it's like, I say it this way: when I'm there, I'm on assignment. And I pray that they understand their assignment, because it was days that I left out of my house when we lived in the project. My brother at the time was a heavy drug dealer. I went around collecting money. It was days I didn't even know I was going to be coming back home. Because one day I was coming back home through the alley. The guy put the gun to my head, grabbed my friend's hand, and he told me, if he run, I'm going to shoot you. And the guy, my friend, 14 years old, scared. He took off running. And so the guy pulled the trigger, but it didn't go off. Woo! So when he turned and ran, my brother and them coming around the corner to chase him, and he turned back, pow, pow, the gun went off. So it was meant to kill me, but God allowed me to stay. So if that devil couldn't take me out that day, it ain't nobody can tell me where I cannot go and what I cannot do. And so I just say that to those who understand, I have to gain a knowledge that then gave me an understanding, but then I knew more that I had to apply what I understood if I wanted to see what God actually had for me. That's wisdom. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Well, we want to appreciate y'all for watching the CAYA. We'll be right back with this commercial.
Hey guys, it's your girl Narissa. I'm the co-host of the CAYA podcast, best podcast around. Listen, I am here to let you guys know that we are looking for individuals who want to get their business out there. If you want to do some advertising, get some sponsorships kind of going on here, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at comeasyouarepodcastofficial@gmail.com. Also, we can be reached at 901-501-8009. We are looking for people who's making noise in the city. We want to talk about what you're doing. Show Memphis what you got going on. So this is the place to be. You do not want to miss out. So once again, please reach out to us at comeasyouarepodcastofficial@gmail.com and text us or call us at 901-501-8009. We'll see you at the CAYA.
I just say I appreciate you saying that about the Caswell Group being a brand, because again, to see my daughters now, where one of them have their own company, well, two of them got their own company, Gold Mine, and the other one KC Customs. Again, it's the Bible says a good man leave an inheritance for his children, and so to see the legacy of them again have taken on that entrepreneurship spirit and really doing the work is truly inspiring to me. So.
Okay. So y'all be on the lookout for the other Caswells, because we will get them in the building.
Oh,
you know
yes.
what I'm saying?
If we got to drag them in here, they're coming. Whether they want to come or not. Caswells.
They're coming. They're motivated.
That's right.
You hear that, Casey? You hear that, don't you, Casey?
Welcome back. Listen, welcome back to the CAYA podcast, where we come as we are. Listen, I'm still hanging and chilling with Mr. Charlie Caswell, y'all. So we got a lot of things that we need to discuss still. So we had to do a part 2 of episode 5. So back with me, Mr. Caswell. How you doing?
All right, sister. How you doing?
I'm going to randomly give you like a few words. And so with those words, the first thing that pops in your head, I want you to tell me the first word. So the first word I say is, hey, when you hear love, what does love mean to you?
Love to me means unconditional. It means agape, and it just means family and whole. Yeah.
Family, that's deep. That's good. That's good. When you hear money, look,
I hear comment now.
Comment. I like that.
Yeah,
I heard that was a manifestation.
Yeah.
That's what that was. I received it, Mr. Caswell. What about family?
Happy.
Happy.
Yeah.
I love it. And when you think about God, what do you get?
My father.
I love it. And the reason I wanted to just get into that is just because and I know that you are the 3vLeader.
Right.
Okay. So I would love for you to tell me more about the 3vLeader program.
Yeah. 3vLeader, again, it's about being visible, vocal, and valuable to your community. It was birthed out of a book I wrote back in 2012 that talks about how to become more visible, vocal, and valuable to your community. And it talks about the 3 C's, how to communicate, collaborate, and connect with the 7 P's, the parents, the police, the pastors, the politicians, the proprietors and partners in your community. And from that concept, it was just based off bringing unity in the community. And so basically there was a baby birthed out of me, helping our community to understand the power in having a voice and being vocal and, again, being visible around issues that was in our community, and it brought value to our community. We've seen great things begin to happen, communities and stakeholders coming together. People stop pointing fingers at each other and start working together. So that's what a 3vLeader is.
I like that. So do you have like a...
And we won't have to be dealing with so much problems downstream.
That make a lot of sense.
Especially with our kids, if we wait till they get down, a lot more of, the work I talked about earlier, the adverse childhood experience, a lot more of that trauma is then built up later on in life. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? And what's so crazy is some of the people that sitting at the round table still traumatized, Mr. Caswell.
Right.
They still traumatized.
You said it, and I just recently saw that I had to testify before the education committee at the state capitol about a week ago, and when I did, I seen how the political people was going at each other's throat, and you can tell it was some deep-rooted stuff, because you can tell they're getting triggered off of some of the racist things that were being said instead of staying focused on the big picture. And I just say in that if we can understand that hurt people gonna hurt people, traumatized people gonna traumatize people, then we will then get more empathy and not really hitting at those triggers.
Exactly, and pointing the fingers at people. And it's just about understanding where people have been, where they are, and where they're trying to go. So I definitely agree with that. And I just want to tell you once again, I know I've expressed it so many times, but you do a good work, and God can't do nothing but keep blessing what you put your hands on.
Right.
It can't do nothing but turn to gold. It's going to flourish.
Well, it's His work. It's His assignment.
Exactly.
I'm just like the vessel when Jesus told the disciples to pour water and it turned to wine. He just pours his water in, it turns to wine.
See? Exactly. I love that. I love that. So just being obedient, knowing that obedience is better than sacrifice. You can't do nothing but go up from there.
Right.
You know what I mean? I love that.
Yeah, being purpose driven and understanding that when you got an assignment and understanding that purpose that God has ordained you to do, he's going to bless it. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord.
Yes.
And so the thing is that when you walk this walk, you got to understand that the enemy is going to do his job to try to get you off track and get you off focus. But you got to stay focused on the big picture. Why were I sent here for such a time as this? And understanding that our job on earth right now, since we've been here, it has been to make earth look like heaven. And so when we recognize that, we got to understand that if somebody don't want earth to look like heaven, and his name is Satan, and it's not flesh and blood, but sadly that's where we turn a lot of our action towards each other. So,
right. Okay. Well, I think that is absolutely amazing, Mr. Caswell. And, I'm so happy that you decided to sit down with the CAYA podcast. We are so honored to have you here. And we're going to have you back because we got to do a family segment because your family doing things. Okay, when I hear the Caswell, you're the Caswell group. Yeah. You got a couple of people that got some things going on. So we got to,
it's the empire.
Building an empire. I love your empire. Yeah. So if you can just leave our guests with anything, any words of encouragement or anything, what would that be?
I would just say, just stay focused. And again, don't push for the position, push for the purpose. And a lot of times we get in positions or titles and run out the titles to thinking that's going to make us where we're supposed to be. But when you stay in your purpose, it may seem like it's starting small, but the big glory that comes out of this is what you got to look for. And a lot of times we are so happy to get our glory right here on earth. Right. We miss out on what's yet to come. Right. And I think that will keep people humble, that if you know that what's to come is going to be for eternal and this just temporary, you'll stay focused on the purpose.
I love that. Listen, y'all heard it here at the CAYA podcast. We have Mr. Caswell here, and I really would appreciate if you guys would go and follow him. Now, you got some information like your Instagram and some Facebook pages that you want to, let the people know about? Yeah, I say to our Facebook follow, Charlie Caswell on Facebook, also our Legacy of Legends CDC page, as well as on Instagram, 3vLeader. Follow us in the work that we're doing. And again, excited about all the collaborations and things that's happening for such a time as this. Listen, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us for our second segment of the CAYA podcast. Listen, come back. Don't y'all stay gone too long.